or folded in any way. Of course, Dee hadn't known it was an invitation then because she hadn't opened it yet, but the smart smugness of the envelope made her want to rip it open as soon as possible. So she did. Her eyes widened as she read, Messrs. J. Ingle and B. Els cordially invite Ms. Dee Nicholls, +1, on Saturday the 18th of December to come aboard the Jingle Bells Express for a journey of festive fun. Dress code, come as you please. Arrive at Liverpool Street Station for 7:40 a.m. The train leaves from platform 6 promptly at 8 a.m. Interesting, she thought. Who were Messrs. Ingle and Els? She turned the card over in her hand. The back of it was blank. No RSVP, and no address for the sender either. It had to be a joke. Although the invitation was gold-edged and the lettering kind of raised. What was that called again? Embossed. Expensive. Almost certainly someone's idea of a joke in order to get her up early the Saturday before Christmas and make her hightail it into London, Liverpool Street no less, and get on some random train going heaven knows where for heaven only knew what. Of course, the first question that sprang to mind was simply, why? Well, at least they didn't say it was the Hogwarts Express waiting on platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross, she muttered, securing the invitation behind a convenient magnet on the fridge door. Still, she had time to try and find out who the joker was. 4 weeks, in fact. And she was really looking forward to showing the invitation to everyone at work, especially Rupert. John Reynolds skidded inelegantly on the buff-coloured envelope when he let himself into the flat. By the looks of it, all the other housemates had done the same. Clearly, none of them had thought it would be a good idea to actually pick it up. With a sigh, he bent down and retrieved the envelope. Turning it over, he saw to his surprise it was addressed to him. He didn't know anyone who wrote actual letters. Even his mum FaceTimed, WhatsApped, and occasionally even Zoomed these days. She'd embraced all sorts of online technology over the last year and appeared to be enjoying it too. But writing a letter meant physically going to a postbox, didn't it? And then you actually had to have a stamp to hand or know where to get one. Still, he tore the envelope open and pulled out the stiff card from inside. Oh, this had to be some kind of wind-up, surely. An invitation to get on a train the Saturday before Christmas for a, what was it again? Journey of festive fun. Seriously? What was he, 6 years old? He turned the card over and noticed there was no return address. Nothing on the envelope either. Just partial boot prints and several muddy paw prints courtesy of the resident Mog. John read the invitation again. It was definitely for him. It had his name printed on there all right in black shiny italics. John Reynolds. In a weird kind of way, it sounded quite interesting. A day out on a train with festive fun. Presumably it was free. What could possibly go wrong? He suddenly felt strangely optimistic. Christmas was coming. The last thing Maggie Matthews expected to get through the post was an invitation of any kind. She was newly divorced and not exactly the life and soul of any party at the moment, mainly because she had found out that people didn't like inviting singletons to parties. She could still hear her father's voice in her head, ranting on about how she had let the family down by leaving her husband. Why he preferred to take the rat-fink's side rather than his own daughter's was beyond her. Shouldn't he have been congratulating her on standing up to said rat-fink and starting out on a nice new path? Ah, but neighbours. Of course, neighbours. Very important, weren't they? Maggie didn't actually know any of their neighbours, so she found it hard to care what they thought. Had she even met any?